Hey guys, nice to see you all here from the from both communities, from the Vulcan community and from the HUSLVerse. I'm very lucky to have the one, the only, the Varun, of CEO of the HUSLVerse. But before I start digging into some of the questions, I must say are pretty good and deep diving questions over there. I just want to say the HUSLVerse is absolutely one of our strongest partners of all the projects coming to Elysium. These guys are doing something else. And we're really proud to be helping them build this. They've got some amazing connections. They're doing something which I guess Vulcanverse can't really do in ways. You know, they've got that sort of that touch on the modern era, and they can put all the kind of cool modern stuff in, like the sports and the movies and all that kind of stuff. But I'll let Varun sort of introduce himself and the company. We can go from there. Your microphone, mate. Still muted. It says your mic isn't connected on the thing. I don't know why. Do you want to exit and rejoin again and see what happens? Just me and the world. Okay. Welcome to the AMA with me and me. Just wait for him to join back in. Here he is.
Can you hear me?
Yep, all good. There you are.
Sorry about that. Technology is heck. We're a gaming company in the tech space, and even I can't get this to work. So we're good, right? You can hear me. We're good.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right,
yeah.
great. So hi everyone. I'm Varun. Crypto Steve Oracle is my alias. I'm the CEO of The HUSL, and Jamie, thank you for having me on. So we started off as just a pure music NFT marketplace back in, I don't know, the summer of last year. But as things change, there's a lot more that's exciting for Web3, right? And so we have kind of positioned ourselves now into more of a entertainment Web3 project. So that involves not only NFTs and that whole aspect, but also the metaverse and gaming, and being able to be a bridge to the real world, to the crypto world. So I'm a crypto guy through and through. Been in this space since 2013, and so working with Jamie and being able to put our vision into paper, into reality, it's exciting. So I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome. I mean, do you want to give a little overview of how's the HUSLVerse differ from other metaverses out there, like the Sandbox, Vulcanverse, Decentraland? I mean, what's the milestone and the goals on that front?
Yeah, so I mean, as you know, what you guys have created is basically we in the hustle, and pretty much everyone else thinks is you guys is like the gold standard of what you guys create with Vulcanverse. You guys are the PS5 to to be honest, Sandbox and Decentraland, they're the OGs and they have a part in this space, but they're Nintendo, right? Things have changed and evolved, so no longer is it a pixelated type arena that as we progress into 2023 and above, we need to make sure that the graphics are on point and everything continues to evolve. So Vulcanverse was an amazing project that you guys have, but as you guys are aware, it's very limited in Greco-Roman culture. But what you guys have done is fantastic. So what we have thought of is, we want to bring in the modern world to this. We're talking about some of the biggest brands in fashion, sports, TV, film, and art. We're lucky to, obviously have bigger connections in this world. Music, for instance, Busta Rhymes has been in with us for day one, but we have, we're about to onboard, bigger brands and bigger people into this world that want to have a part of this. So that's one aspect. We're going to do something different, but also in an environment that's just, with the best graphics out there. So by bringing in these modern big businesses, big brands, but more importantly, the focus isn't on them. The focus is on the community and building something that it's going to attract users who are going to want to be in it. It doesn't matter if you just have big brands and nothing else. You have to have the gaming element and think about the consumer at the end of the day. And that's our focus, bridging both into what we think is going to be the best metaverse, second best metaverse next to Vulcan. Next
Equal, yeah.
Number two.
Yeah,
I'll take number two.
I think that's a lot of people don't realize, because we're actually developing a lot of this, so we know what it's looking like and what they've got. And obviously Varun and myself, we're both tied to some serious NDAs of who's coming, and obviously we can just say there's some names which will blow your mind, but obviously we're not going to spoil that on the AMA, even though people are asking for it. Yeah, so I think a lot of the community has seen the map. So they know you're divided into, I think, you've got your music, you've got your art, your sport, your Hollywood. So can you elaborate on what's that going to be? I mean, what does it mean exactly to have those divided elements, and what kind of interactivity will there be in those areas?
Yeah, so I mean, the way everything is constantly evolving, and I always want to, get the input from our community, right? At the end of the day, you're the Vulcan's community and our community. At the end of the day, without community support, honestly, these projects mean nothing. My project means nothing. Jamie's project means nothing. It's really, truly getting the insight from the people that matter, which is you guys tuning in. But the way it would work is, we're going to have a general, as you were saying, Jamie, 4 different quadrants. HUSLVerse is downtown hustle, where visitors come in, but the gamification of this whole world is going to be important, right? So we're throwing around different ideas, but in each quadrant there's going to be an overall. First of all, the whole world's going to be gamified, different quests, different ideas to level up into the world. The more that you level up, the more access and privileges you get. But in order to make it fun, we want to be able to give the ability of users to kind of chase their own dreams, right? So it would start off something along the lines of like, hey, what is your goal in this world? It's kind of like a choose your own adventure type thing. Do you want to be a professional sports player, an athlete? Okay, this is going to be a quadrant that you're going to participate and play in, and the games are going to allow you to move up the ranks. Do you want to be a professional musician? Was that your dream? Musicland is where you're going to go, and there's going to be games set up to encourage you to participate, get discovered, whatever. Same thing goes for TV and film. Do you want to be a professional actor? And also art. Do you want to be a professional artist? And we're going to bridge in with real life, celebrities to help you achieve in this world, to get to the goals. Because at the end of the day, they want to be a part of this too. They want to be a part of a community and a fun environment that is going to make them feel good, to give back, but also for them to get their brand awareness too. And to, it helps if you're an actor, a screenwriter. You have a script that's really good. You level up in the game, and I'm actually in a casting director studio. I want to see what the world has to offer, and it's just a mutually beneficial thing. So I think it's going to be fun, hip, unique, and something that's not really done before.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, again, I get the inside sort of scoop on what you guys are doing, and just let the community know that these guys have really thought out the gameplay mechanisms. And when he says choose your own adventure, I think a lot of the Vulcan community can relate to that, because we've got these sort of game books with the same sort of vibe where you turn to whatever page and do that. And these guys are going to be doing that, but in these kind of dimensions. So if you want to become a movie writer, you've got to go through the quest within the movie land. In the sports, you've got to compete in the different sports. So it's, and the advantage of it being in Unity, of course, is that they can, and they will be, integrating lots of different games. So on that note, from one of the community members wants to ask, which games have you confirmed that you're going to be putting in to the HUSLVerse, or how's it going to be gamified? Have you got any sort of rough ideas, or what you can share at this stage? I
mean, I don't want to spoil everything. I think what we just explained is kind of the general, premise of what's going on, so you can have an idea of what to expect. But where's the fun of spoiling everything and telling you the exact details? But
exactly,
just know that this is the most important thing to this. Is not necessarily the big brands that are coming in. That's fantastic. They're all coming to Elysium, and that's great. And we want to promote that. And we love the PYR community and Vulcan, and we're all working together. But at the end of the day, it's the most important thing is the community, you guys. What's going to make it really exciting for you guys to want to participate, right? And stay into what we're doing. So gamification is my number one goal. But I think it's going to be unique, this choose your own adventure type thing, and the quest that we have going on. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've noticed with HUSLVerse, the sort of benchmark we've got is that people just enjoy existing and progressing, and sort of just ownership within a world is just cool enough. You saw how big Decentraland was, but owning it with better graphics and like a theme, modern twist that you guys have got, and the names you've coming in, and it's just a whole different animal. So to go on to the more technical things, which I personally don't know all the details of. So someone asked, how's the HUSL token used in the ecosystem?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So HUSL Token, we have a ERC20 token. It's also on BSC. What we're going to do is create a utility in the metaverse, or in the HUSLVerse, as we call it, and that token is going to, basically be the in-game economy for everything that we do. So you want to buy land, as Jamie was saying, it's 10,000 plots of land, and it's going to be purchasable, whether or not you want to participate in any of these games or stuff. Being able to be a landlord or landowner is also kind of cool. And if you want to buy it, you're going to need HUSL. You want to upgrade your land and build certain features that is not standard. Guess what? You're going to need HUSL. If you want to, say you're participating in these quests and you want to level up and get closer to the end goal, guess what? You're going to need HUSL. So that's going to be kind of the whole mechanism. We have different ideas as well, which I'll share with you at a later time. But that's truly the driver of whatever we want to do in this world. You have to own the HUSL token. And yeah, like I said, if integrating this into like Vulcan decks, and I'm going to integrate as well, Vulcan's community as well, and try to get PYR as much as possible. So those are the two elements that we're going to provide. But yeah, you might as well scoop up HUSL while it's 85 cents.
And how? No financial advice. And how would they do that? What exchanges is HUSL on at the moment?
Right now we're on PancakeSwap. We're on. So if you're concerned with fees, just go with PancakeSwap. Obviously Uniswap, and we're if you need some centralized exchanges, we're on MEXC and Bitcher.
And another one soon, I hear.
And another one soon.
Yeah, that's great. And so, could you tell us a little bit about the team in the background? So I think people realize it's not just you running the show at the moment.
Yeah, thankfully. I mean, if it was just me, I'd be going crazy. No, we have a really good team. So there's 5 of us started this project. My co-founders come from all backgrounds in finance. One of them is a world tour music professional. So we have a really deep team. I'm the one, or I'm the lead, but we have them. We have a tech team that's fantastic. They're based in Ukraine, so my thoughts go out to everyone being affected there. So we're about a team of 14 right now, growing, and it just started off from a dream. An idea came to me. Like I said, I've been in crypto for a long time. 2013, I bought my first Bitcoin. I was an attorney in real life. But then I realized it's really boring, and I just loved crypto. 2017, I fell in love with the altcoins. I got rugged by Walton Chain, stuff like that. I'm an OG, and then so long story short, music was kind of like the path we ended up going on, and it was just by chance. Certain music executives came to me at the time in 2021 in March. That's where the idea of the HUSL was born, and I brought along my co-founders, and so yeah, we're now 14 and. All walks of life, ready to make our mark, to create something really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, because I think when I sort of came on board and met you guys, and a lot of the community knew it was focused on music only. And I think that's because you have some really good music connections, and the idea of digital concerts was great. And we had that whole, you've got this great game idea of people progressing their music, and they play their songs and they get points, which you guys will hear about anyway. So I suppose maybe I've answered my own question there, like why you moved into outside of music. I mean, what was the main sort of motivation for going beyond just music there?
I think why pigeonhole yourself, right? So we have the ability to make more of an impact if you just do only music, and it's fantastic. Busta Rhymes, for instance, amazing guy, icon, legendary status, been with us since day one. But music is just the tip of the iceberg. We also have the ability for sports and TV entertainment, and they all have that same story to tell. At the end of the day, the most important thing of Web3 really is empowering creatives to act on their own accord, to go direct to consumer without intermediaries taking advantage of them. So it just doesn't apply to music. So we realized if we expand to more, and actually one of the things that we're about to do, which is separate from the HUSLVerse, is on March 15th, we're opening up one of our verticals, which is the NFT marketplace, allowing people from around the world who have something to share musically, please put it on our platform, and you can help get discovered. So we realized we want to make the community as strong as possible. So attracting more than just music just made sense. And then bringing into the gaming element on Elysium made even more sense, because now you're working on a blockchain that's carbon neutral, planting trees, and that's really great for the environment, and obviously good for the exposure by bridging it all. At the end of the day, we want every community to win, HUSL, Vulcan, and the world. So yeah, that's kind of how we got into more than just music.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I think a few of the communities sort of want sort of clarification on what's going on Elysium, what isn't there, and then what's this NFT marketplace, just to clarify to some of the Vulcan community. So they've got a couple of products. One's going to be a separate music marketplace, which isn't on Elysium as far as I know. So they're doing their thing as a vertical. So the Elysium element will be the gameplay, the HUSLVerse, the land, the weapon, the items, all that kind of, not weapons, but you know what I mean, all the in-game items and assets. So which brings me to my next question. I mean, what kind of things in the HUSLVerse will be tokenized into NFTs, and what can people buy and use? And yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, the imagination goes wild. So we want to make sure that everything that's in this world is something of meaning that has value, right? So obviously, land's a big thing. I think land's going to be very, very popular if you see some of these other land sales. And shout out to the people who got into the POIR HUSL liquidity pool a couple weeks ago on Vulcan Ducks. It sold out. I guess 50 spots of land were given
in seconds,
in seconds plus your badges. So the demand is there. So I think, obviously you can buy the land and monetize it. Some of these secondary sales are pretty great because of the speculation of what it could be. But more importantly, you're going to be able to, buy the resources to build. And like I said, being able to buy the materials, buy the land, buy the ability to level up. And I guess the core thing would be this gaming component, being able to see what you can get rewards wise. There's going to be staking pools as well where, we're going to throw out ideas whether maybe we can do more of these liquidity pools, PYR HUSL, or maybe just, single asset staking, where you're going to get different items, whether it's the brands that come in the world that are going to want to produce the skins. We're going to reserve that for people as well. So brands are going to come in, they're going to want to participate. There's going to be people who are just going to be like, I don't want land, I just want to walk around. That's cool. There's going to be gamers. I just want to play games and be having a good time to get away from reality. We're going to basically have something for all, and the HUSL token will be used throughout.
Yeah, and to lab on that, because we're helping to develop the kind of world, we know that we've learned from a lot of mistakes we made in VulcanVerse and what to sort of fine tune and do a little bit easier. Someone asked here, like, is there going to be building involved in the HUSLVerse? Which we know there is. You can own a plot and you can sort of build it up, but a little bit not as chaotic, I'd say, as VulcanVerse, where you can do all sorts of stuff, but it's more sort of you level up the buildings, you level up the world to fit into the background. Okay, so I've got loads and loads of questions here. Let's try and pick out some of them here in the YouTube channel. You're very popular, Varun. People have come in to hear the man speak.
They're here to hear your
trust me, they've seen me enough. No way, my friend. They're sick in my face. Okay, so will land be rented in HUSLVerse? Can you rent land, or who can go in? Only owners? Because I think you've got a more open world.
I think I would love, like I said, and we're relying heavily on your expertise and what you think is best. Because at the end of the day, the mistakes that have been in the past are all learning experiences. So if all possible, I would love nothing more than, and exactly, never a mistake, always a learning experience. Absolutely, you want to be able to rent land. I think that's a really cool and unique feature. And I think one of the things that we wanted to do is to allow, and I know every project's different, but I wanted to ensure that this world is not, you need land to enter. I want everyone to be able to enter. I want everyone to be able to have access. If you're a landowner and you want to rent, I actually think that's a fantastic idea. And I think that's going to be a big money driver for landowners. So yeah.
Okay, great. And one question is here: have you got any? How are you planning to market the HUSLVerse? Have you got any connections to any sort of bigger names? But I kind of know the answer to that. So, but I'll let you answer it anyway.
Yeah, no, I you definitely know what's going on, and yeah, I think to the community should just know that the moment that we can start sharing news, the marketing comes fast. We're just having to sit on a lot of information until the time is right. Obviously, not just NDAs, but market conditions and such with the current economic climate. But marketing is not going to be an issue. Vulcan, you guys have an amazing group of loyal supporters. So do we at the HUSL, and we have bigger names and bigger brands that are just waiting to let the world know. And so, it'll come out fast and soon and quick when it does happen.
It will, yeah. And on that note, so what kind of roadmap are we looking at? I know some of it we're responsible for it, and you're not. But what kind of roadmap are you looking at for your community?
Yeah. I mean, listen, that the community. I mean, I want to get this right. Right. At the end of the day, the most important thing is not to push exactly a moment too soon. It's making sure we're right. So the moment we have items to share in the roadmap and items to share, like you guys, especially on Discord, are the first to know. And we're gonna do this right, and we're gonna do this big.
Awesome. I was trying to be clever and trying to show the hustle map on this, but I haven't used StreamYard before. So it's I mean, where can people sort of see the map and the Discord? What's the best way to go for them to sort of check it all out where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, please follow us on Twitter at the, I think it's at the _hustle. Our Discord, we basically post everything there. Discord, we just created a new kind of channel a couple weeks ago. We are on Telegram as well, and shout out to everyone who's been with us since last summer. But Discord is something. Thank you, Jamie. Discord is something that it's very important that we grow, create natural conversations, and the NFT world expects a strong Discord community, and that's what we're going to deliver. So you can find everything on those three mediums. And yeah, like I said, we're constantly updating news as we can, and I can't wait to just finally share the stuff that we have going on underneath the hood that Jamie knows all about, and soon you guys will too.
For sure. And just to say to my community, they know me well, and we wouldn't be pursuing like we are with these guys. If we didn't have faith in them where they are. It's more than just like, oh, these massive names are coming. They've got the gameplay, they've got the ideas, they've got the concept, all the things we love to build, and we're going to make sure it looks as wonderful as they want it to, and we can start sharing. Well, they can start sharing some of the stuff we've all made next week. I think their map and some of the structures and their building, and we're aiming to get the land sale done for these guys. We're aiming for this month, because as soon as Elysium comes out, we're going to be minting all our land and all the hustle land up there. But we're thinking about getting some placeholders on there for those who want to get some of the hustle land beforehand. So do stock up on the HUSL token. Get prepared. You never know what might happen. And Varun, any closing comments from you?
No, I appreciate the time and having me, but me and Jamie always say this, and I truly do mean it. 2022 is the year of Vulcan, Forge, and the hustle, straight up, and I truly believe that. And we wouldn't be, associating, partnering, and spending all this time with you, Jamie, neither, if we truly didn't believe in what you guys are doing. And there's no doubt in my mind, I'd probably say it to all the brands in Hollywood and music, that you guys are the #1 gaming studio in all of crypto, and we're proud to be associated with you all.
That's awesome. Look forward to next week. Perhaps will be an interesting week for us all. All right, then. Take care, everyone. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Cheers. Bye, guys.
Cheers, bye. I'm still live. Let's close.